Peace, peace. This is the original OG from OmegaFMRadio.co.uk, where we give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Voice of reasoning. All right, this is news and views. All right, it's about Gambia and it's about people that's going to Gambia and Gambians that's losing their property. They purchase land and get to find out that it's not their land no more. All right, so with that, let's go to this.
Never buy a plot of land in the Gambia. Most of the lands in the combos are sold out. Be it an individual who is selling it to you, be it a company selling it to you, please, I am begging you. I am a victim of a land scam. I have been scammed almost 15 plots of lands. And after reporting the case to the police, I couldn't recover my money. I'll be doing programs, exposing all these individuals who are involved in land scam. After buying a land, you have to spend more than you bought the land for documentation, for your safety. Be it an estate agent, be it an individual, please do not just rush and buy the plot of land. After explaining this problem to many people, I have received series of complaints from individuals, from victims who are being scammed by estate agents. They are currently operating. Don't fall for the $125,000. Don't fall for the $70,000. Don't fall for the $90,000. Even $500,000, do not fall for it. Most of them are scammers. And after you knowing that they scam you, you go to the police station. That is the worst. So I am warning every individual right there, using my own story to warn you, please be careful. You bought a plot of land, you want to go and get the papers, it's also another big scam method. So I am warning you. I will come back and mention these people who scammed me so that you can avoid them. I've been pushing and pulling with them to get my money, but couldn't. To recover my lands, which they believe that they are going to compensate me 9 plots of lands. I am still struggling with these people. I'm warning every Gambian.
All right, so you hear what's going on. Now, what I would say is don't let that deter you. I've never had the experience of what this man has been explaining, but I've heard it from many people from the diaspora, horror stories about purchasing land and they get to find out that they didn't purchase the land, it belongs to somebody else. So, all right, so we know there's a problem, right? How do we resolve that problem? Has to be able to be resolved. Now, I don't know the full aspect of the government, the Gambian government, but what I can say though is that they must have some kind of legal process that you must be able to go through. So, okay, so let's look at it from this perspective. We as people in the diaspora, right, reach a certain age group. Now, I've done a video recently, if you want to refer back to that, why I believe it's good for people from the diaspora that don't have no property, anything like that in the Caribbean to go back to as a retirement, then they should go to Gambia. Now, yes, we're hearing about the scams, but as I said, don't let that deter you. The reason why you should not let that deter you, because in the UK, when you reach a certain age group, the weather is not good for you. And people talk about retirement is about the sun. Now, all I would try to say to you is if you're looking at retirement, say you're like 55 going up, right? One of the key things is never give up your apartment in the UK, right? You could go to Gambia and you could get a nice piece of property, not even property, but what you can get is an apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, right, for £400. Now, in the UK, you could never get that, right? So a lot of people, when they go under retirement and they leave and go certain places, they sell out everything and not remembering about medical conditions, because we all going to get old sooner or later. All right. Now you sell all your property, give up your apartment, everything in the UK. All right. And now you get sick. You got to pray that you know somebody in the UK, in the United States, Canada, wherever you originally came from. You got to make sure you got somewhere to go back to. That means you don't have to hang out with friends. If you got friends, it's good. If you got family members, it's good. But if you don't have that, then it's going to be rough. So now getting back to Gambia, right? This scam thing is going on. Now we know that it's going on. What do? We as Caribbeans, we as Jamaicans, our wings are spread to basically the four corners of the globe. Jamaica's small, the Caribbean small, but every corner of the United States, we as Caribbean people there. In England, Canada, Europe. All right. Now, let's look at Africa as a new frontier that we, as people from the diaspora, is bringing back our ancestors. Not going as the visitors, but bringing back our ancestors. And we want to make sure that we be able to buy property so that our generation after generation after generation has something there. So it's us now to make that change. Right? So we have to come together as people with from the diaspora that's in Gambia, have a central committee so that we can see who is doing what. That means if you need to purchase a property, we know who the right person to go to check for the land registration, to see who actually is the original owner of it, and you can follow it from that perspective. Right? And that means that if builders, same thing, you hear horror stories about builders, same thing. We need to have a coalition that we can say, yes, if you come down today and you want to purchase land, then you can go to a body of individuals. Yeah, they might charge you a little something because you know how that goes already. Right? But it will be people from within the diaspora, people that know what's going on in Gambia. So now you can say you want to purchase a piece of land, right? You can go to them. You say they will tell you, well, this land is available, that land's available, that land's available, and then you can go, and you don't have to be worried about you purchasing the land, right? And then a couple weeks later, you see somebody start building on the land, and you're going to say, well, what you doing? This is my land, but no, I got to try. No, I don't know anything about that. So long story short, I that Gambia is a nice place to go. All right, they're friendly, the culture is nice. So what I'm saying to you is, don't let the scam put you up, because it's like, put it this way, you can sell Brooklyn Bridge to somebody out there because there's going to be a fool out there. That's just the way life is. But since we know what the situation is and the problem, then how do we address it? And I'm saying the best way, as people from in the Gambia, as people from the diaspora, is to have a coalition. And on that note, listen, I am the original OG from Omega FM Radio.co.uk, where I try to give you a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And that was the news and views from the original OG. Peace one. I'm out.